What's the day, my people? You know it is the Don Tony Teflon. I'm back at you with another one, another from video. You know how we do. You know what it is, man. You know what's going on. What's up to everybody out here rocking with the Don? What's up to everyone who stayed rocking with me of this whole time and everything else? You know how we do. We've been doing this for years now. It's going to be 3 years I'm from. Jesus. Hopefully we do it for another 3 more years. I mean, I don't know exactly how long this can actually last. This show, I would figure it would probably be at least 5 seasons in here. You know what I mean? So, at least 2 more years, I would say, after this one. But let's just maybe hope the 6th. I wish it wouldn't have long as lost. I wish the show just kept going on and on. But in the end, I probably think we'll most likely get 5 years out of this show. And it's been a great ride so far. So let's keep it going and everything else. Let's say, usually I'm not on Sundays all the time. I haven't been, but we might as well start warming up Sundays because we're going to be here every Sunday. We're going to be here before. We're going to be here after the show. We're going to be doing everything like that. So you know how we do. So we might as well get warmed up and everything else. So thank you very much, Fatima. I truly appreciate that. Fatima. See this girl, she's got me from the show. They got me saying the name the way I don't naturally say it, you know what I mean? But it got me saying Fatima when I know it's Fatima. It's messing with me and everything else. But yeah, we'll be here doing that. I'd like to say that right now, as of today, we have 5 cast members that have confirmed that they will be on the after show. 5, right? 10 episodes, so we're going to get 5 more. So that way we have 1 cast member on every show that we do for the after show. We got 5, you know what I mean, right now, and we're gonna get 5 more. Obviously, we want Boy more than anything else, you know what I'm saying? And we working on that. We're gonna see if we can bag him up this year, you know what I mean? Almost had him last year, you know what I mean? Only reason we didn't get him last year was little issues on timing and everything else. So we're gonna do what we gotta do to get him and everything else this year. But the normal suspects, usual suspects that come on every year will be on here as always. And we're going to have a couple, I know the ladies are always asking that we need to get more men because I get all the ladies on here from the show. But so we'll get a couple other guys on here for you and everything else. And we'll get everything else out there popping for you. Let's say what up to the people joining me in the chat right now. And wait, Callie's up in the building. TNJ is in the building. Muhammad, my brother from another mother, is up in here. Andrew West is up in the building. Devontae Robinson's up in the building. Carrie is up in this building rocking with us right now. Ben Franklin is up in here. You're going to eat the chip on live when it comes out. There's nothing. If it were that case, as I said from the beginning, I will eat the chip live. I won't eat it behind the scenes. It won't be no type of video. We'll be right here. It'll be live. You'll see me do it here live. I am Ben Franklin. I am 100% confident. I am not worried about this whatsoever. I don't have to change things that I've said because everything I've said is going to, y'all will come true. Y'all will see it. And then y'all will just, everyone else who's disagree with me will just have to bend the knee. And that's just the way it's going to go. See, Rick is in the building rocking with us right now. Copper Broom is up in here rocking with us. Nino Nev is in the building rocking with us right now. I see Spots, my first ever subscriber on YouTube. First ever. Now we're almost up to 95,000. He was the first ever to subscribe to the Don Tony Teflon. Is rocking with us. And Teflon TV, the best. You goddamn right we are. You goddamn right. Illegal Mods is up in the building rocking with us right now. No Contest is up in there. Yo, I am new. Just found the show. Found you. Loving the channel. No context. Sorry. Loving you too. Thank you so much. We have the call-in number. We're going to open up the phone lines in a little bit. And I want y'all to call me up and tell me everything. If y'all need me to open the phone lines early, then just say, yo, we need them phone lines open early. We'll open the phone lines. My man KP is up in the building rocking with us right now. You know what I mean? The Golden Child is in here rocking with us. Jessica O is in the building rocking with us on this Sunday. What is it? Early evening? Is that we consider this? Mr. Freeman is up in here rocking with us. You know what I mean? What's going on, family? What's going on to everybody out here? Dr. Deb is up in there. I got so many. It's hard for me to keep up with everybody. Trippy I know if I got a chance to say what up to you, so let me make sure I say Trippy TCG is up in the building. Is in here. Mostly Insane is up in this building, rocking with us and everything. Make sure you hit that thumbs up on your way in to spread this out so everybody knows that we are live right now and they can meet and they can come over here and get this popping with us right now. We take on all coming. Anyone else agree that the lady that brought the liquid morphine has some part to play? So you're talking about Tilly, and I hear people saying Tilly's a mole. I hear people saying Tilly's the mole. I do, and it's I can't tell you that she's not. I can't tell you that anybody isn't. Nobody can, right? Uh, to me, in order to be the mole, it takes a couple of things. All right, a couple of things. Number one, I would feel that if you're monitoring this place, you would need somebody on the inside who's been there for a pretty long time to do the monitoring, right? So if she's the mole, then someone else would, like, she could be checking up on the mole. Like, yo, what are you doing? We need you to do something else, right? That would be the only way I could see it. There has to be someone else who has been there a long time to monitor this place this whole time so that they can report this information back. When I look at people who's been there the longest, you have to say that's still alive is Donna, the guy who is actually Donna's husband in real life. Those would be the suspect. And to me, it would have to be more of someone who it touches you. It tugs at your heartstrings. It makes you say, like, I can't believe that this chick has turned on us. If Tilly came in and all of a sudden she was the mole, you want to put Victor in there? Victor could be definitely the mole. You could put him in there. He's been there the longest. But if it was Tilly, I don't think it holds any weight. I don't think anyone cares about her to that point where it would be a big impact. Like if they said, Tilly's the mole, dun, 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 dun. Like, I don't know if it has that impact. You know what I mean? So therefore, I would have to think has to be someone who was there from season one, who's been there a long time. And that is why I think it is what it is. He said, Mr. Freeman, thank you for saying he's the first time watchers know Tony Teflon. Goddamn right they do. You goddamn right they do. From Enthusiast is up in the building, rocking with us. So that would be my whole thing. You know what I mean? If someone said, Mr. Free says Donna and Tilly, yeah. If Tilly she could be involved. Like, say Donna is the mole, right? Let's just say Donna's the mole. Maybe she's in too deep, right? You've seen many cop movies where guys go undercover. Donnie Brasco, right? In Too Deep. All these movies that you've seen, these cops, they go undercover and then they start caring and rocking with the people that they're supposed to be investigating with. Donna could be that way. She could have formed a bond with these people, and now they have to send Tilly in there to get her, to get her in line and say, yo, what's going on? You know the job you're supposed to be doing. So it could be something like that. That would be the only way I could see Tilly being involved. Mr. Freeman says, what about Victor's drawing of Tilly and the 4 children? She only mentioned having 2. Did he draw that picture? I would have to see that picture. I don't know if he actually drew Tilly and the 4 children together. I don't know if he drew. I would have to take a look at that picture to see if it was Tilly and 4 children that he drew. I would have to see that picture. I have Victor's drawing. We could pull up Victor's drawings pictures if you want. But what we're gonna do, we'll go through some more of the trailer, try to break this whole thing down and everything else, and then we can go through Victor's pictures and things like that. Again, I'm telling you, from watching these shows and doing this on YouTube for as long as I have been, I told you this, and you've heard me say it, and I'll say it again. Within the first 2 episodes, they always give away what's actually going on. They give it away. That's the way the show. They don't wait. What happens is they give you the answers before you ask the question. Therefore, you don't know the question to ask to get that answer. So in the first couple of episodes, they give you the answer, but you don't know the question to answer. So it's there of what's going on here. It's there in the first couple of episodes. It's there. Sometimes it's so obvious that people don't want to look at it like that. You know what I mean? Question from and to: if Tabitha is out, how come the boy in white never helped Victor escape during that period he was alone? The boy in white is evil or Tabitha special? Is it only certain people can travel? The boy in white is Victor. All right. I'm gonna say it. I've said it before, and I'll keep saying I'm saying it since season one. The boy in white is Victor, the manifestation of Victor, right? It's got something to do with him and everything else, right? That's what it is. So the boy in white is also evil, all right? He's definitely evil. Listen, we know how television shows do. You put the bad guy in black, right? The good guys wear white. You have a little boy walking around in white who is actually good. It would be the biggest trope that they've ever done on television history. All right. They want you to believe the boy, they're gonna put him in white, all white, like he's all pure. All right. He's gonna make it a little boy so you don't suspect him. But again, you heard Sarah say specifically that she didn't believe the boy in white was a little boy. Now, as for Tabitha in the real world, Tabitha is definitely in the real world. All right, she's definitely out. That's guaranteed. All right. Now the question is now, how did she actually get there from falling out of a window? All right. But as for her being out, there's no doubt she's out. I don't believe that she's in from level 3 or from level 4. I don't believe that. That wouldn't make a lot of sense for the show to do something like that. What would make sense is that someone made it out. Now we know, or we don't know, but we suspect that Victor's sister also made it out. Right? So the boy in white never told Tabitha how to get out. I mean, he pushed Tabitha out and said, this is the only way, right? This is the only way. Because she had made it all the way to the top of the tower and was there. And again, what was told by Victor from his mother was that she had to go to the tower in order to free the children. Right? That's what was told. Go to the tower to free the children. We've seen the tower itself, right? We've seen that tower. There's no way from what we've seen that there is a space for children to be locked up. She didn't say I have to go to the caves and save the children, right? We've seen Jade with images of the children laying on the rocks. She didn't say I had to go to the caves and free the children. We've seen the children behind bars, not actually there, but Tabitha had witnessed children behind bars in those caves, right? So what we have to understand is what the show has already shown us. And I think a lot of people don't go by what the show has shown you. They want to just grasp little tiny things like, oh, there's a beehive on the wall. That means yada, yada, yada. You got to go by what the show has shown you. So breaking this down from a man from and through this, so you understand how Don's mind works. Breaking this down, what have we seen? We've seen Tabitha see the children inside this, children inside there. We've seen Jade see the children outside on slabs, right? Visions of the children. We heard Tabitha's mother. Tabitha's mother. We heard Victor's mother from Victor's mouth say she needed to go to the tower to free the children. We have seen in the show people in Fromville in bed going crazy, but in the same time being locked up in a different room where the music box was playing, right? But their actual bodies were out there where they were being locked up. So somehow there was two versions of these people in two different places. Why not assume from what we've seen that if Victor's mother is correct, and you have to go to the tower to save the children, then the boy in white says this is the only way. Tabitha has to save the children in the actual real world in order to save these forms of the children and everybody else that's locked up in Fromville. So maybe his mother was there locked up there, but she could not save them unless she got back to the real world. And that's why she was going over to the lighthouse to get back to the real world. So she could save the children so everyone could go home. So you're always thinking that the problem has to be solved inside of Frumland. But why does it have to be solved inside of there? Why couldn't it have to be solved on the outside? And they were trapped and they need to get to the outside because whatever is outside is what's actually controlling what's going on inside. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? So let's not look all the time at what's going on in there. Let's look at actually what's going on. Luna says, completely agree, Tony. Theories need to be based on what's in the show. Theorists can't just make up stuff to fit their theories. The show has shown no actual clues. You're correct. You're correct. You're correct, 100%. So that's what I'm saying. I'm going by what I've seen. Everything I just told you is what they showed you in the show. I just put that stuff together. All right. Again, Victor's mother said she needs to get to the lighthouse to save the children. Tabitha goes to the lighthouse and goes to the real world. So maybe most likely the children that need to be saved are in the real world. You have to get out of there and do it to affect what's going on in there. That's what I believe. Now, as for the question that was there with, is Tabitha special? I said it from the beginning that Tabitha is the Chromonacle, right? The Chromonacle is a female in that book. She's the hero of that book. And I said, you could check my videos in the past, that Tabitha is the Chromonacle, right? So yes, Tabitha is special because she's the Chromonacle. She's the one who's been chosen to do this. And we see again, another woman who was chosen to do it was Victor's mother, right? She's the one who was chosen to go find the children and go out there and save everybody because she was the one who knew that that's where she had to go to save the children. She was the one, right? So I don't know if chosen is a good word for it, but she's the one who figured it out. But she knew about going up there. I don't know if the boy in white pushed her ass out, was going to push her ass out the window, or she was just going to jump from the window, or something like that was going to happen. I have no idea if that was what it was, but it seems that two women who again, the connection, share the same bracelet, right? Victor's mom, bracelet, Tabitha, same bracelet. So we can't look at them as not one and the same, that they had the same exact mission. So if Tabitha was the Chromonacle because she had the bracelet, then we have to say that Victor's mother is their version at that time, the Chromonacle with the bracelet. And possibly the bracelet will get passed on to someone else if they can't get this shit done. And then that person would be it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go through some of these questions. From Nick, he says, my theory is that Frumland is a creation of Victor's mind, a way to protect himself from the trauma of the killing. The monsters don't hunt, eat, they kill at night like monsters in Victor's life. I agree that it's a good possibility that this can all just be, you have heard it from the beginning, from the very first episode, dreams. They're in a nightmare. You've seen dream catchers in there. The creatures that are chasing them in the IMDb are labeled nightmare creatures. So 100%, this could all just be, you've heard multiple people say that this is a dream. And again, people know that if you're in a dream, you get pushed out, and before you hit the floor, you always wake up before you hit the floor, right? It's a way to snap you up and wake you up. All right, that's the way it is. So I do believe that it's a good possibility that yes, this could be in Victor's mind. In mind, the boy in white is Victor. It could be a display of their mental power. It could be some technology, say like Inception type of technology, right? We've all seen the movie Inception, and we've seen that people were able to build the world in Inception, right? They were able to build the whole world, the whole dream with their mind, and convince other people that this was really going on. Why couldn't this not be the exact same thing in Victor's mind? Why is that not possible? That is a great possibility that that's going on. Now, I believe that they will be using alien technology for it and everything else. From Enthusiast says, thank you for that great answer. I never thought about it that way. The reason why the boy in white never rescued Victor is because boy is Victor. That is a hard one to deny as a possibility. Well, thank you very much for the kind comment. Yes, I'm telling you, when it's all said and done, you're going to see that they're one and the same. They're definitely one and the same and everything else. Taryn Matheru, he says, why do you think the body with one shoe in the trailer has a much larger shoe than the one barefoot? Let's pull that picture up real quick and talk about that. Let's pull it up. Let's get this going. It'll be right here. All right, I think that's it. All right, let me make sure it's on the screen. Let me come back to y'all so you can see it. All right, so when we look, let me zoom in on this foot gate real quick. Let's deal with this shoe right here and this foot right here. Okay, so right here you can see that the actual shoe is larger than the foot. The foot is very small, extremely small. We're talking about a place that people share clothing, a place that people have other people's clothing on, right? That's what we're talking about here. That's a tiny foot. That's a lady's foot. The tinge of the foot is that of an Asian person. This is no doubt Kenny's mother. It's. I don't think that's debatable. There's no way that this is not Kenny's mother in this trailer. There's no way. It's impossible for it not to be. I'm telling you. We've gone through it all. We've gone through it all. Jade is pulling the cart with boy. Right? He's pulling the cart with him. You know what I mean? Thank you for the super chat from downtown. I want to see the monsters actually eat someone. Well, they haven't eaten nobody yet. I don't think that's a purpose. They seem like organ harvesters for some reason. That's what it seems like they're doing there. You know. So, and what up to Debbie, the new mod on the Facebook from page. I see you, Debbie, on there. All right. So this is if Jade is pulling it, every time we've ever seen a cart being pulled, boy pulled it by himself. If Jade is pulling it, it means it's someone that's close to Jade. You look at the plate that's inside the funeral that they're holding. You look at everybody that's sat on the street that when he's pulling it past, that means it has no choice to be someone that cares, that everyone that everybody cares about. Who would they care about more than the woman who cooks everybody breakfast and lunch than this innocent woman who has nothing to do with it? If this is not her, I will shut my channel down tomorrow. That's how confident. I don't really think that this, to me, this is not a debatable topic to me anymore. I think it's just obvious. Anyone who thinks it's anything else, I don't think anyone can give anything to what I'm saying that this is not, that this is her. I don't think anyone can give any pushback to it. You know what I mean? That looks like an Asian tinted foot. It's a small woman's foot. The shoe is bigger. Yes, they all wear each other's clothing. That's why Jade's pulling it. They're not killing Kenny. It's not going to happen. We've seen Kenny out there with Jim. It's not going to happen. And me and Phil talked about it before. Usually in trailers, when they show you stuff in trailers, they don't go to the end episodes and show you that. They usually show you the first couple of maybe 4 episodes or something. You know what I mean? That's it. So it's happening early and stuff like that. You know what I mean? There's no way that it's going to show you stuff from later in the season. They usually don't do that. It's usually early on and stuff. You know, this is what's going to happen here. I'm trying to tell you that this is Kenny's mom, man. I mean, I don't know how anyone could think it's not. But to me, it definitely is. If anyone has any pushback on it, you can let me know. Amy says, if you look closer in the trail in the funeral church, there's a plate with candles either side. Looks like Kenny's mom. Kenny's mom had the same thing for that 100%, as I just said. And also the title of one of the episodes, what episode is that? I gotta look it up. But if the title of the episode is what Jade told her about her husband. Y'all do me a favor. Look up that episode with Jade. What is the title of the episode? What number episode is it that Jade's title to what he told the husband? What episode number is that? Right? What episode number? Because I guarantee you that episode number, whatever it is going to be when this woman is gone. They're not going to use that. Have Jade pulling the cart and then have Jade have an episode where Jade said that to her. Phil's in the background. He'll be in a second. So he'll be in a second. Everything else. If we can, we'll use his phone line instead of mine. And this is much better. I got the bootleg joint. You know, but yeah, I don't know. If anyone could look it up real quick, I could probably find it real quick. But yeah, y'all want to look that up and let me know. Yeah, he said, don't be sad, they come with you. And one of those episodes is that Teflon, if it is her, will you try to get Elizabeth Moy back on this season? She coming on. Don't worry about that. She coming on. First episode is When We Go. That's what it said. Don't be sad, they come with you. They come with you. Give me the episode. What's the episode list? Let me look it up real quick. What would it be under here? Let me see. When we go. AC says, don't be sad. When we go. Yeah, that's what he said. Don't be sad. They come with you. Back again. They are light when we go. When we go. That's it then. It's episode 1. That's it. She's out. And she's out quick then. Guarantee it. I'm telling you. They're not going to use that and I have that. It just makes they have that for a reason. Yeah, Kenny, listen, me and Phil talked about it before. We have to see Breaking Bad Kenny. This has to happen. Like we have to see Kenny go Breaking Bad mode. And what other way to get him to go Breaking Bad to kill his dad and his mom? And he ain't get no ass. So he built up in the inside. He got frustration and shit. Is she out? She out that first episode. Then, if that's the case, if that's the episode. She out the first episode, man. It ain't gonna be no quick no end of the season stuff. She gone, man. She gone. Yeah, we gonna get on. Don't worry about it. That's already done. Trippy TCG, the show writers trying to throw us with making it look like a white shoe, but have you ever worn some boots and walked around on dirt and turns the bottom white? Could be a boot. It could be a boot. This costs, what's that, a sneaker around here right now. Don't have one on. Not all my shoes have the same color bottom as the top, right? I got black Timberland boots, but my black Timberland boots aren't black on the bottom of the boots. They're nubuck, right? On the bottom. Don't let them. They sneaky. Don't let them be extra sneaky with you, man. What else we got going on here in these pictures? Again, this is Victor. Sad. Who would Victor be sad about? Jade and Boyd, as I said, both pulling the cart. Again, this is after the oh, damn. Damn, son. Ah. Phil. He's on the sideline. He's there. It just it just hit me. It just hit me, man. Oh man. It just hit me. Just hit me. Yeah. Phil, you there?
Sorry, I'm dealing with some technical difficulties. I'm here. What's going on?
It just hit me. I just seen it and I put it in the pictures and just from this chat. And it just hit me, man.
Yeah, you were talking and then something hit you with the lightning bolt and it froze you there.
It clicked. It just clicked. It just clicked.
You started to go Russell Crowe in A Beautiful Mind there.
Yeah, no, it just all clicked, man. It just all clicked. Damn it. It just clicked. Should I say it? What clicked?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wish there was a way to watermark theories sometimes. If we could like call it something, call it the Teflon theme. I have the, while you're thinking about it, I have the lamest theory of all time.
What's Tony? Do you have any more in your? It's not my I love Lucy theory. That's the Terry Matthews theory. I discovered it on my own, but he had came up with the same thing like 6 months ago before me. So let's credit him for the actual theory. The things I've said was what I found, but let's credit him for the actual theory. I do have some more stuff in there that I don't know. I haven't seen this theory that I could point up there and everything else. Episode 1, Boyd is going to interrogate Victor Hart. I don't know about that. No, you didn't blow it up. All right, Phil, we'll go through it. Let me go through it right now.
Just go through it. Go through it a little bit. You don't have to unpack it all, but go through it.
All right. So what happened was we see Jade and Victor pulling this cart. All right. Mm-hmm. It's daytime right here. They're pulling the cart.
And I'm also going to add, it's early enough in the season. Jade's beard isn't that long yet. We see it in later pictures.
Later on with a really big beard.
This is pre-big beard.
Pre-big beard. The episode title that Jade said that line is in episode 1 that he said to her. So it could be most likely this is going to happen. If it's her, she got to go in episode 1.
And that would fly with what we were talking about last time about needing to come out with a big swing in these first 2 episodes.
We see here
Cowboy
these guys inside the barn fighting with Boyd. All right. And then we see here, this is the aftermath of the fight, and they're pulling the wagon, right?
Mm-hmm.
If she died, and I gotta credit another YouTuber because I didn't make up the theory, and I didn't. But this channel was Real Enigma and Theories.
Yep.
He put together that the screaming inside the barn was from a different season. It was from the girl getting the rebar pulled out of her head.
Mm-hmm.
So if they fictitiously faked that, That means that someone's voice has to be distinct enough that you would know who that person is.
Absolutely. I mean, we talked a little bit about that. We didn't get as specific as that, but when we first heard that in the trailer,
Yeah.
we both mentioned something like that too, that they do odd editing right there. So that's very interesting that you think the voice has to be distinct enough that they masked it. So she has one of the more distinct voices on the show. So it makes even more sense that was what was happening in that particular moment.
So we put it up that this is Kenny's mom. I mean, I don't know who else would it be.
I mean, for the characters that are going to have the biggest emotional impact on the most characters and create the most drama,
whose voice would be so easily to spot more than an Asian lady with a heavy Asian accent that you would need to cover up with somebody else.
I mean, definitely.
And this is the thing, Phil, real quick. They could have did Sarah's voice, right? They could have took Sarah from a different season. They should have took somebody else screaming from a different season, but they chose, so they don't want you to think it's them, because if they would have put them in there, then you automatically think Sarah's the one getting tortured, blah, blah, blah. But they chose a voice from someone who obviously is gone.
Season 2, I actually just watched that episode. I just signed up for MGM Plus this weekend and started binge watching season 2 of Lost. Not Lost, sorry. Season 2 of From first, because I'd seen season 1 twice. And this is just the second time I'm watching season 2. And I just watched that episode with the girl in the woods with the is that what you're talking about with the girl,
Yeah.
the girl in the woods that has a thing through her head?
Yeah. So mostly insane says a monster screaming. No, Boyd's not. He's talking to the person. He's talking. That part is real. That part is real. Boyd talking to the person is real. What he's saying is real. And he's saying you're strong. This person's saying we can't break you. That's what you said. Right? That's what you said. You can't break you. Who would break him?
I think it's
Ellis?
interesting. I think it's interesting. Ellis would break him, but would it really break him? Or how would he, if he had to do what he, as much as he loves Ellis, I know this is going to sound cruel, but as much as he loves Ellis and as much as he's the last one he has left besides Fatima's kid, possibly, which is a grandchild, there's nothing like killing the love of your life in the way that he had to do. It's hard to think that anything could break him more than that, even if he lost Ellis at this point. I think Boyd is almost past breaking. He has nothing left that they could really take from him to get the kind of desired effect that they want to have. Even if Ellis went away, I think it would hurt him, Tony, but I don't think it would break him in the way that Abby's death should have.
But why did Abby's death break him?
Why didn't it?
Why did it in the beginning? What was the circumstances?
I think I know what you're going to say, and I don't think I know what you say, but I'll maybe devalue my own point by saying the fact that Ellis was still alive, that he saved Ellis's life, the fact that he was able to kind of develop, but Ellis blamed him for it and sort of alienated him for it for a long time.
But he did it.
He did.
He did it. It was his fault.
Yeah.
His wife died at his hands.
I mean, he had no choice in that moment, but yes, it was either Ellis or her, and then she might have turned the gun on him after that. It's hard.
Yeah, but if she's in this barn, why is she in that barn? Did she just decide to go there on her own, or did Boyd bring her? Did she get captured and dragged into that barn? I mean, we don't know how that plays out. We just know we do see her outside, right?
From Enthusiasts. Oh, sorry.
We do see her. What is that picture? We have that picture.
And I agree from Enthusiasts. I mean, it's letting go of your husband or saving your child. There's no hesitation losing your only child, especially Boyd wants to protect everyone.
We do see her outside here, right?
I mean, Tony,
the monsters grab her up right here Boyd sees it and chases her down, and that's how they get up in there.
Possibly, or they just grab her and they can't find her and they end up searching it out and they grab Boyd in a different situation. The interesting thing is they set up last season with that moment that you're talking about, Tony, with the girl with the stake through her head.
Yep.
That was the first example, correct me if I'm wrong, first example of when they didn't just kill the people, where they grabbed them, dragged them to the woods, messed with them a little bit.
Donna said that when her sister
they did that with her sister too.
That they wanted her to watch. All right. That was what broke Donna basically and set Donna off.
So I'm I'm guessing that they probably did grab her, and then wouldn't they want to? If they grabbed her to kidnap her to torture in front of somebody, wouldn't they want to torture her in front of Kenny? But I guess it's torturing anybody in front of Boyd is making a point. Like, we can't get to you, so we're just going to do this to everybody until you have nobody left.
Everyone you care about. And you got to watch this shit.
And you can't do shit about it.
How many people can you take? From downtown says, our Munster's bilingual. Did they pretend to be her husband? She outside scared. Look at the pictures. Look at this. All right. From what we know, the milkman is outside here. Jade is outside here, right? Phil?
Yep.
Where are they at?
Where are they?
I mean, what would you assume that they're at here?
What's in between them right there?
A cow.
A cow, yeah. They're out in the woods somewhere, right?
Why is the cow in the woods?
I don't know. Have we seen cows before?
I mean, why is a cow in the wood at nighttime walking around?
He's hanging out with the milkman? Is he like the milkman's pet? Like the milkman's walking around with the cow, Tony?
What is the cow doing in the woods with the milkman?
I mean, the milkman goes with the cow, kind of, Tony, doesn't he?
See, that's the crazy part about it. Why is the motherfucking cow outside right there? Amy says Miss Lou is probably trying to save Ethan. We do see Ethan and Sarah, right, with the shush, right here, get inside the house. Mm-hmm. It could be the same that she was out there with them, and she tries and she sacrifices herself for Ethan.
Possibly.
Look how big Ethan looks.
Yeah, he's getting big. He is getting big.
Pause on that. But you know what I mean? It could be she tries to say, but we do see Sarah there too. So maybe what if they were out? Sarah tells them to shush. The monsters notice them, so Mrs. Lou makes herself a bigger target for the monsters. Like, hey, get me! Come after me! And they grab her instead.
So the Matthews right now are staying in Mrs. Lou's house, right?
Are they?
They were at the end of last season, right? When Jade is like, oh, damn, we just got rid of the hippies and now you guys are living there. So it's kind of weird that Sarah would be there considering she's
outside.
Oh, Sarah's right outside. Okay.
Yeah, she's outside when she sees them with the shush. From downtown says, don't sacrifice yourself for Ethan. He can't cook. So it could be a situation like that. She gets chased to the back, boom, boom, boom. They're about to go after them. Miss Lou make up a whole, come after me. They grab up Miss Lou, drag her into the barn. Boyd sees it. He runs behind them, and these other people are already waiting inside the barn for him. Then they grab him up and do his shit.
Right. Then they go all...
And then they do the whole thing to her inside.
You sure do got a pretty mouth thing with Boyd.
Yeah. It could be that is how it goes down for her. She's trying to save somebody else. Trying to save Ethan and stuff.
I mean, that would be a good way for her to go out. She's definitely shown love for their family, moving them into the house. She would sacrifice herself in a situation like that, and it would destroy Kenny. I mean, as much as it would destroy Boyd having to watch that and be torturous. We've talked about this before. You mentioned it before we got on. It definitely starts the Kenny stuff. There's only one thing that can get Kenny back at that point. and that's something
I mean,
bad.
did we see this? This is that. Was that it? This is the scene right here. Next scene is when Sarah comes out and everything. That's the next scene. Again, when you look here, this is her. Again, we know we can just go. Obviously, it's getting blurry here. It's the plate that's in her house with her husband.
Okay, that gives it away.
2 candles. She got the same plate with her husband.
All that other. If that's the plate that's in her husband's
that's
plate.
the same thing with her husband in the shrine. The plate and the picture in the middle.
Okay,
This is her. It's
done.
her. Now it's just a matter of how she's going.
And when.
And then Kenny's in the front row. He's in front of anybody. Boyd is next to him. Right? And what's Ethan got in it? What's Ethan got in his hand? What is this? What is this right here? I mean that's part of the table, right? Right there. He's got something. He's hanging on
some trinket that she gave him that he's gonna put on.
Did she give him something ever? Did she ever?
I'm trying to remember if she did. Did she give him something when they first met him in the diner? Did she give him a little like toy or something? I don't know. Maybe she will before the funeral. Sarah doesn't get to go to the funeral. No, I don't think so.
Listen, as when we said this is gonna happen right off the bat. Because the first episode is the same. It's the thing that Jade said to her when her husband died.
To Jesse's point in the chat, Sarah doesn't get. I think Sarah not being in there is another clue that who it is. Yeah. Sarah's not invited.
That's right. She can't go. If it's Mrs. Lou, Sarah can't go. Yeah. If it's Kenny, she can go. If it's anyone else, she can go. But if it's Miss Lou, she can't go because Kenny ain't having it, and that's just the way it's gonna go.
Yeah.
This Miss Lou. I don't know what else I got to say to you. How it goes down is still up for debate, but from what I'm putting together, she getting whacked. She getting whacked out by these aliens. I'm about to say she's getting whacked by these aliens.
These aliens are killing her. These aliens are bringing her down. Tony, I have a question for you. That's pretty much a given, or is it a given? The first 2 seasons have started exactly with a scene of Boyd walking and ringing a bell. Does season 3 start with a scene somehow of Boyd ringing a bell? In first season, it's actually we see him. In the second season, it's a dream. In the third season, do we see another scene of Boyd walking, ringing a bell at the beginning of the season? I say they stick with it. Somehow it starts.
They do the bell again?
Yeah. I mean, the first 2 seasons, that's the first thing we see, so it would make sense that they would keep up that pattern. That's my stupid theory. That doesn't matter to anything. I'm like, they're gonna start the season with a bell. Ringing the bell is gonna start the season.
Someone else left a comment on my last video because I talked about the how they got there and how it was it was teleportation and wormholes, and he pointed out something to me in the comment section that I didn't see because we were talking about I was talking about the scientists, and that's the reason why I was putting the 2 scientists' name. But then he put in there, he said you forgot to say Klein, and he goes, when you look in the picture there that there's the bell and there's also a bottle there.
Oh yeah.
So therefore, if you're talking about Klein's whole thing was the Klein bottle, which is basically a 4-dimensional bottle. So it does point to 4 dimensions.
And another thought about the 4-dimensional thing, Tony, is there's a scene where Boyd is walking into, and there's been a few scenes like this, but it's a specific moment where Boyd walks into the diner to go talk to Mrs. Lou about Sarah staying in town in season 2. And he walks in, and the jukebox is a big thing, obviously. The jukebox turns on exactly as he comes in. Like, things change. Someone's watching. Someone is obviously watching and triggering things when certain people do certain things, triggering the crows to come in when people try to climb over the tree in the road, or to make it scary, to make them get the hell over there. Thank you guys. People are buying my bell for $1.
Who says that? Where's that from?
Is it from Let's Make a Deal or like?
No, it's a thing.
I'll buy that for $1.
They said it over and over like a movie or a television.
Is it like an Urkel line or something? I'll buy that for $1.
Angela Rock said yes to Klein bot. Yeah, listen, I didn't get the person comment section caught that and told me and everything else.
Oh, it's a RoboCop.
That's RoboCop. Yeah, RoboCop. Yes.
How about that for a dollar?
Luna says, thank you for the super chat. Remember in season 1, Miss Lou opened the door because Mr. Lou opened the door because he thought he heard his brother tell him the monsters could imitate voices, part of their play. Maybe the ventriloquist doll is a hint. It could be a hint. I mean, the reason for them to open the door could be many. Could be. We've seen people open doors for other. Is it Running Man or RoboCop?
I think I'll buy that for a dollar. Let me look it up.
I'll buy that for a dollar. I remember saying that a couple of times too. And Angela Rock said, yes, the Klein bottle. Yeah, that was my commenter caught that. I didn't even catch that myself. RoboCop. But he's 100% correct about the Klein bottle that's there. And after that scene that I said, Whit Boy, you see the bell and you see a bottle. So it's I can bring up the exact comment for you that he put in there. It's a genius comment. But yes, that could mean the Klein bottle, fourth dimension. So it does give weight to my theory about this being dealt with fourth dimensional beings.
Thank you, Mrs. Friedman. That's exactly what I was saying. I was implying this, but yes, I think Phil is right. Season 3, that Kenny breaks bad after losing his mom. Christy will finally give him some ass because I'm going to add Marielle will die, and only to be kidnapped. Blue Balls Kenny has had enough. Oh, I think Kenny's actually getting some this season. I say Kenny finally. It's a pity one because it's the only thing that brings Kenny back from the edge.
Take the pity pussy.
I think
take the pity pussy. Take any pussy you can get at this point.
Tony, he's taking the pity.
I've seen people get that and everything. People are asking, what is a Klein bottle? Klein bottle is a bottle. It's hard for me that intersects almost like a figure 8 that all connects in such a way that it would be considered a fourth dimensional bottle. I could probably pull up a picture of a Klein bottle for you and everything else.
It almost looks like a light bulb with a circle in the bottom or something like that. Let me read. In mathematics, the Klein bottle is an example of a non-oriental surface that is informally one side surface which is traveled upon could be followed back to the point of origin by flipping the traveler upside down. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but that's the description of it.
Yeah, you gotta say what is the significance of the Klein bottle? That is the key.
You can see there's a fiber. Oh god, this is just more of a mathematical equation of it.
The Klein bottle is a closed single-sided mathematic surface, sometimes described as a closed bottle for which there is no distinction from the inside and the outside. So you can't distinguish what's the inside of this bottle from the outside of the bottle.
Looks cool. Let me see if I can get it on screen.
And again, if you look at it, it does look like a wormhole.
Yeah. Or it looks like a bottle on its side with the bottom out of it.
It looks like a wormhole. I mean, when you look at the Klein bottle and all the models of it. If y'all can see the models of the Klein bottle here real quick, you'll see that it's very wormhole-ish. And all that. Listen, we got 189 people in here rocking with us. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for your boys. Don, Tony, Tabitha. Phil, you able to do phones or you still?
Yeah, it should be on.
All right, so we got the phone line open with Phil the Issues guy's number. Can Ahmad please put it in the chat? Y'all know it more better than me. If you want to call in and talk about this stuff. I seen this one that dude Percy Garcia said he wanted to get at me. He said not in a bad way. He was saying, he want to talk to me about some stuff. So Percy, we're gonna put the number up for you, Percy. I hope you call in because I know that's what you say. You're saying in the comments section. You said next live stream, Teflon, I'm coming for you. We here at the next live stream. We here. So hopefully he does call and everything up. And everything. It's not the Calvin Klein bottle, Andrew West.
It's a bottle that you get at Calvin Klein.
It's not smoke.
Isn't that what it is?
It's not smoke. He's not. What I didn't get a chance to say what up to our girl Carla Way. What up to our girl Carly Way? And listen, Carly Way, I love you. You know I love you, but that breakdancer from Australia was crazy. Yeah, who did you see this woman breakdancing in Australia?
No.
Oh, she was crazy. Oh, she's there. There's a picture of the Klein bottle that Phil put up there. She was crazy. I never laughed so hard in my life. She was amazing. You know what I mean? She was amazing, but she was crazy. She was great. She really was. This chick was like doing the Michael Jackson, Phil. It was
Dude, she was going full out.
Oh, she was crazy. I'm gonna have it here. Next time I come, I'll play it. I'll have it on thing. I was already gonna use it and everything else and all that. She's crazy. But she was great though. She was great. I've never laughed so hard in my life.
Jumping like a kangaroo.
She's definitely doing the kangaroo Aussie stuff. She definitely was on it. She definitely was. And I thought of you, Carla, because you're my only friend in Australia. I'm cool with Tim Zoo, but he's not my friend. But you're my friend. You're my friend. I've ever seen him. I thought of you. I was like, oh, look at this. I will kick a kangaroo's ass. That was my next thought. And everything else. But again, I think a question we have to ask that nobody is asking, is this right here. Why, if they're in the woods, why
is that a barn behind him?
Is it the barn behind him?
To the right of the back right of the picture.
Yeah, it's some type of structure.
Yeah, it could be a barn.
There's definitely some type of structure here.
Is there someone else walking too there in the back, like a half of a body, like a girl's body, like a half a leg?
In the background?
Yeah, in the back right corner, it looks like maybe a half a body's walking in that direction too.
It is, yes, right here. That is another monster. Right there. Why is that cow there, bro?
Again, I don't want to go to the stupid joke over and over again, but he's a cow. He goes moo. He tastes great on the barbecue. He milks the cow jokes, and he's utterly ridiculous.
Did the milkman bring the cow with him? And
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how he fills up his milk jar.
Is that what he does?
It's like when you get an action figure
out there. The milkman come out there with the cow and shit.
Yeah, it's like when you get an action figure, it comes with the milk. The milkman
Amy
comes
says
with the cow.
talismans don't work just being carried. Correct. I know people and they made a point of saying that because there was a lot of people who made comments and said, why don't they just put the talisman on their neck? And in the next season, Donna says specifically, it's not like you could just place it around your neck and it works. Yeah. And that was all because of the fans saying that. That's why they put that shit in there. Guaranteed. It's not a coincidence.
I am a cow, specialist golden child. And what do they call a cow that just gave birth? Decaffeinated. Yes, horrible.
Take my wife, please.
Please. Hey, kid. Watch out.
My wife told me she wanted to go somewhere she'd never been before. I told her to go try the kitchen.
Why they call it? He's trading cows for some morphine. Yes. And Tilly, someone said Tilly earlier, Tony. I don't know if she's a mole, but she definitely acts sketchy, or she acts like she just knows everything that's going around in town. And like she knows why cows wear cowbells, because their horns don't work. Oh, I hit the wrong one. All right, there we go. Sorry. Sorry, she does the most. No more of those.
What else? Hey, again, I think people need to focus on that. Why is this cow in the woods at nighttime? Why? No one asked that question. The cow should be locked down. But you got the call, Phil?
Yeah, welcome to the show, 717. Who are you? Where are you calling from? And what's your question?
What's up? It's Percy Garcia calling in.
Oh, yeah. You answered the call. Percy Garcia answered the call, Tony.
There you go. What's going on?
That's Can you hear me pretty good? It's like
yeah, I can hear you. You good to go.
All right, so you guys, if you don't free connections or none of that stuff, right?
Say it again. You broke up a little bit.
Hold on, let me go. Let me move
All right.
my bathroom.
Phil, can you raise his volume up a little bit? Is there any way you could do that?
A little bit, yeah. Let's see.
Can you hear me a little bit better now?
Yes.
All right, so I'm just gonna call in and share my thoughts and shed some light on helping people understand where I get this Greek mythology stuff from.
All right. Greek mythology. Go.
The proof is in the talisman.
Say it again.
The proof is in.
All right.
Hear me better now?
In the talismans, you're saying that the proof of the Greek mythology is in the talismans. The symbols of the
Yes,
talismans also translate to Hebrew.
Let me tell you something. I spent a very long amount of time into these symbols.
Yeah.
On your computer, you're in front of your computer right now. Look up Phoenician symbols.
Let me see something.
I can send it. I mean, I can drop it. I can put it on the Discord.
Let me see if I can pull it. So go on what you're saying. Keep just saying what you're saying. Let me keep hearing. So you're saying that the symbols are Venetian.
No, so the F symbol is Phoenician. The symbols that are in the middle, those are Greek symbols. They're stacked. They're three symbols.
I'm trying to see if I have a picture of the talisman I could pull up. All right, now for you. Go ahead, keep running. Keep running.
All right, so when you find that Phoenician symbol,
all right,
what you find is, and it's an exact match, but it's flipped to throw you off.
All right, so you're saying it's an upside down Phoenician symbol.
You said what?
You're saying it's an upside down Phoenician symbol?
No, it's not upside down. It's flip flop.
It's flipped opposite. It's opposite
it
of its
changes
way.
direction.
All right, yeah. So it's like left to right instead of right to left. The same.
Right.
Okay.
And it stands for it's two definitions. It's he and window.
Okay.
Did you find it?
I have not found it. So you can keep continuing on. I'll keep looking for it. So you're saying that is what makes it Greek mythology, is because of that symbol on the talisman?
So what I'm saying is and from my research, that symbol, the F symbol, is Phoenician.
Okay.
In the middle, Greek and Phoenician. Greek is basically, they're built off of this Phoenician culture. So the symbols that are in the middle are Greek symbols. They're not Phoenician. The F symbols are Phoenician, and the middle symbols are Greek. They're three specific symbols: Hades, Minerva, and Icarus, or Icarus.
Oh, all right. Keep going. Let's just keep talking. Keep going. I'm trying to find a picture of the talisman and bring it on screen, so that so that we can see this together. But you can keep explaining it. I'm listening.
If I send it to Discord, can you get it?
If you sent it to me on Phil, then I would get it quicker than the Discord.
How do I send it to Phil?
Phil, you got an email address you can hit him with?
Let me make sure I'm signed in on this computer. Give me 1 second.
And again, I'm not disputing what you're saying at all. I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people don't understand like how I got to this conclusion. Because I'm not the best teacher, but I'm a good student in my opinion. So I'm not I'm not the best that should be explaining this.
I hear what you're saying.
I'm just people keep wondering where I get this from, and I'm just trying to shed some light.
Yeah, I'm not the world's greatest orator myself, right? I mean, people can take things I've said and make it sound 1,000 times better than the way I say it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I 100% feel you on that. I can't why I can't go, but please continue.
All right, so we got the Phoenician symbols and we got the Greek symbols. So we know that this talisman offers some kind of protection.
Yes.
So if my theory is right and the symbols on this talisman, what they represent is what you need protected from, then you got to think that maybe what's in control of this place is something similar to what's on these talismans, to what these talismans represent.
Percy, if you want to send it to theissuesguy@gmail.com, I'll get it.
So you're saying that because Hades and I forgot the other one you said is on the talisman, that is what it's protecting you from, basically.
Yes, these are the three entities that Sarah. These are the two males and one female voice that Sarah hears.
You think she's hearing the Hades?
Yep,
Okay.
which is Christopher. Well,
Christopher.
let me slow down. There's characters. This is what the show. These are the characters that the show is referencing. Is basing these are their story arcs. This is what I think is this place, Fromville, is a collection of where these mythical creatures die, whether it's a werewolf, vampire, whatever these freaks in nature are. They're not allowed in heaven and they're not allowed in hell because these places are only for the human spirit. So what this place is a collection of these spirits and these entities.
Of werewolves.
Everything. All these, it could be werewolves, vampires, fairies. This is where all these creatures and fairy tales and all these movies of these beings. You ever wonder why, when they die, where they go? Because they're not human. They're like freaks of nature. They're rejects. They're the unnatural. So from is the void. It's the space where these energies are collected like a prison.
All right.
And they use humans as avatars so they can physically manipulate their space. But I want to get back onto the.
So you're saying that there are fairies or other things that have possessed human beings and are walking around as human beings, but really are werewolves or vampires or whatever that you're saying, right?
Yes, whatever the mythical creatures are, these characters are mirroring these things.
All right, I feel you on that. Let me.
So Fromville is a place that was built by these beings. They basically manipulated the environment into a sort of like an autonomous town. The monsters, they're actually like slaves. They're NPCs. They're basically like a combination of a Wendigo, a troll, and a zombie, but they just don't eat. They're dead, but they're alive. But they need to be controlled. They're out of control right now.
Okay.
Because Fromville is unbalanced.
All right. I'm gonna send. I'm just trying to get these pictures up for you, real quick.
Well, you said now it was what? Phil the issues guy?
Yeah. I got
It's theissuesguy@gmail.com if you want to email it there.
No, I'm not saying I'm right. Who knows if the show's even, this might be a layer that the show's not necessarily going to show, because this is not, the show's more based about the dynamic between like the Matthews family fighting to get together, but they're not really a family.
The Matthews family is not family?
Nope.
All right. What are they?
Jim is Ethan's grandfather, in my opinion. Sarah is Jim's son. Oh, and Sarah is Jim's daughter. Ethan is the son of Sarah and Nathan. Nathan and Sarah have the same mother, but they have a different father.
All right.
Jim
Ethan,
cheats on Tabitha. Tabitha's a witch, and she's very jealous because she cannot have children. So
all right.
they steal Julie at birth, and this is how she left her bracelet behind. It's sort of like a changeling thing. When the changeling steals like a baby, they leave like a little tree branch behind or something like that. But in this case, Tabitha leaves behind her bracelet.
And you're saying that because you lost me a second there. All right. Let me pull this up real quick because this is all right. Let me make
I
sure.
want to get back on the Greek stuff.
Yeah, let me make sure I got you what you're saying. You're saying that Ethan is whose son?
Sarah and Nathan.
Sarah and Nathan, the black dude.
No, Nathan, her brother.
Oh, a brother. All right. Oh,
Yep.
There's incest, like Lannister shit, like Joffrey.
Yep. It's possible.
Yeah, of course it's possible. It's definitely possible. I don't know. So the problem I would have with that and how I would have with it is just that I just don't know if the show would really go that deep in it. Because that is awful. Like that a show has to be palatable for a lot of people, right? So I don't know if they will go into it to that depths that people wouldn't be able to understand that. You know what I'm saying?
So you know Sarah's doll, that little layer doll,
Okay.
the little Dutch layer doll. That's symbolic of what we're looking at. There's so many layers to this show. There's literally something for everyone. There's something from the casual watcher to people that dig down like me and everything in between.
I feel
Why
that
I think Sarah is Ethan's mother is you got to look at the relationship between the two.
then
As soon as they come into contact with each other, there's an instant connection.
all right. I would just say this. When Tabitha was pregnant, who was she carrying if she wasn't carrying Ethan?
She was never pregnant. She cannot have children.
So, Tabitha was never pregnant.
Tabitha was never pregnant.
So Julie
is not their daughter. They stole Julie at birth, and Ethan is Sarah's son. Sarah is Jim's daughter out of wedlock.
All right. Let me explain so I understand. Tabitha was never pregnant, you're telling me?
Never pregnant.
Ever. So are we saying that she raised Julie?
Yes. They stole her at birth.
She what?
They stole her at birth.
Whose birth?
When Julie was born, she was stolen from the hospital. She was abducted.
By who?
Tabitha and Jim.
Oh, all right. I'm just saying. So Tabitha and Jim went to a hospital, stole Julie, raised her, and I would say then did the same for Ethan then.
Well, something like when you go back and you pay attention to Sarah's stories, there's an incident that happened. Something Tabitha sent Sarah here. So let me go back on to what I think this connection is. When Sarah and Ethan come into contact with each other, there is an instant connection. She cooks for him. She talks to him. Very, very motherly. Even more motherly than we've seen with Tabitha. When she goes to the house right before the murder attempt and she picks up Ethan, it felt like to me like it was like a visitation. Like when a grandparent takes a child and a parent comes to the house to pick up the child. And then when you see Tabitha and Sarah leaning against the fence and they're watching Ethan playing, it was sort of like I got the energy like Tabitha had something over Sarah, and it was Ethan. It was kind of like she was. It's just a connection that I'm making.
All right.
And she was supposed to kill the boy because the boy is her son. This is a deal with the devil, like a sacrifice. Home, they're already home. They're not going nowhere. This is their home.
This is Sarah's home.
This is the entity playing games with them. Tabitha's going to make a deal to get to her son, but the problem is Tabitha doesn't have a son, so she's going to be stuck in a perpetual loop. This is the curse that's involved in the show. It's a mind fuck.
It sure the fuck is. I mean, I can't see it any other way. If you're saying that Hades was Martin and that these creatures, Christopher, I'm sorry, it's Christopher, and that these people that are in the town, some of them are werewolves, that souls who can't go to heaven or hell because they're stuck, and this is the type of werewolf jungle. Have we seen anything in the show that point us towards a werewolf or a vampire in the show?
There may be an event, and that this a clip event, maybe. So I think you might see somebody morph.
I'm saying from what we've seen in the show so far, not what may happen.
Mighty Morph? No, sorry.
Like,
right.
From what we've seen in the first 2 seasons, have we seen anything in this show that you could point me in the direction of that shows that we're dealing with werewolves or vampires or these creatures that are souls that you're talking about?
Well, in the beginning of season 1, episode 1, when you first see the Matthews, when you start to question what's going on, Julie's telling Ethan a fairy tale about a witch and fairies.
She's talking about the fairies, yes, in the lake.
Yeah.
She's basically imitating the book.
When you're watching this and you're starting to question what the fuck is going on, it just so happens Julie's telling a fairy tale. Ethan's books are fairy tales.
Yep. So again, if you want to say that there are fairies involved in this and fae, they have mentioned that a couple of times.
These mythical creatures. It's not just werewolves. It's where all these mythical this is these fourth dimension beings. These are the aliens that you're thinking of.
Okay.
This is what I'm trying to explain to you.
All right.
I have some quotes up that I want to read. So there's specific things. They're called specific. It's specific. It's called a liminal being. A liminal being are entities that cannot be easily placed on a category or existence. The concept was developed by the cultural anthropologist Victor Turner. It is associated with the threshold state of liminality, from Latin limen or.
All right.
Liminal deity is a god or a goddess in mythology who presides over thresholds, gates, or doorways, a crosser of boundaries. These gods are believed to oversee a state of transition of some kind, such as the old to the new, the unconscious to the conscious, state to the familiar and the unknown. This is liminality.
Yes. But what I'm asking,
this is explaining the spirits. This is explaining.
I feel you. But what I'm asking you is, have they showed us anything from season 1 and 2 to say that there's werewolves in this story? Is there anything you could point me to directly that shows something to deal with
werewolves? But I can't say fairies. I can't say trolls. I can't say leprechauns. I can say.
All right, let's start
Now,
with
when I
let's
say
start with the
these things, you're
leprechaun.
looking. When I say things, you're actually looking for like a troll. This is not the way the show is. The show is more modern. They're mirroring these things.
Okay, let's start with a leprechaun. What in the show can you point me to that said that there's leprechauns in this show?
The boy in white is referenced off of a leprechaun.
So the boy in white's a leprechaun. Okay, now let's go to the next one. You said trolls. What did we see that's a troll?
The trolls are the monsters. Trolls live in caves.
Okay.
They collect treasure, just like we see. They hoard treasure, just like we see in the caves. They have glamour magic, just like we've seen, and they come out and they operate at night, just like we've seen.
All right.
Wendigos, they also combine with Wendigos. Wendigos also transform into these, just like we've seen Smiley transform.
Okay.
A Wendigo would transform into the same thing. A zombie is dead but alive, but it feeds. These are the opposite. They don't feed. They're autonomous.
All right. All right. If that's what you want to say. So the trolls, the creatures are actually trolls in disguise as humans. The boy in white. The boy in white is a leprechaun.
Not going to say these things are trolls. This is just the source material that they're using.
All right, so they're not trolls. They just they're using the characteristics of trolls to display these creatures.
I wouldn't say yes, but not physical characters.
Not visible,
like,
but
the
end. What a troll would be, the essence of a troll. Yeah. They took that and put it into the creature. Yeah. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure that everyone understands. I want to make sure, you know what I mean, that I'm hearing you correctly and all that good stuff. So yeah, I can feel what you're saying, that they've taken things from a troll and they've added it to these creatures to mimic that of a troll, but not exactly a troll itself.
Right.
Okay, I'm cool with that. And the boy in white is a leprechaun.
Yep, leprechauns are associated with rainbows and kids. The leprechaun rides a rainbow spin wheel. He comes to kids.
All right. So you're saying that like there's I'm not familiar with leprechaun stuff too much. I mean, I've seen the movie Leprechaun and I eat Lucky Charms and shit. That's about as far as it goes with me with Lucky with that, my brother.
I'm a Celtics fan.
Yeah, F you too, Phil. All right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If the boy in white had like a little white hat on, or like if he was colored in green, people will automatically say, "Oh, that's a leprechaun." But the show throws you off. It's
okay. All right. Listen, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. Because I, if you want, I would love to have you on with me and Phil, not on the camera, like on camera, and we'll go through the whole thing. If it takes 2 hours, it takes 2 hours. If you want, if you're into that, I would love to hear the whole theory. We'll have all the pictures. We'll put the slides up for you so you could explain everything to everybody about it and everything else.
All right. What should I just reach out to you through Fro?
You. I mean, if you could hit me up, Teflon TV on Facebook or Instagram or even Twitter.
I'm not on social media. That's my problem.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Then let's go through Phil's email address then, and we'll. I'm doing a stream this Wednesday. We can set it up for Wednesday if you want.
All right, Phil, the issues guy.
Or it's the issues guy at gmail.com. No Phil, unfortunately.
Oh, the issues guy.
Yeah, just the issues guy at gmail.com.
All right. IP, thank you for joining us, man. We appreciate you. Appreciate your thoughts. It's a hell of a theory. I would love to delve deeper into it, and I want to give it the correct space to breathe. So that's why I think it's better if we just do a whole show on it and everything. And that way we have the pictures, we have everything so people can visualize everything that you're talking about.
Okay, I appreciate it.
All right, my brother.
Yep. All right, brothers.
All
You
right,
have
one.
fun.
You too, man. Take care.
This is Bill, it's a big theory.
Yeah, I feel like I took some acid and I'm back at a Pink Floyd show, Tony, and I've gone through the rabbit hole and back a couple of times. I feel like I'm Jade and I'm freaking out right now, Tony. I can't handle it. I'm crazy, Eddie. We have a bunch of super chats to catch up on, I think.
Yeah, let's go. Larry says two questions. Can people only enter the town in a vehicle? If so, that's interesting. And you guys agree it's important that they're all from the U.S. I think that yes, that they pointed it out in the map that's weird that they're on. That's one of the questions Jim asked. Why are they all from this country continent? And we have only seen people enter through vehicles. We haven't seen the boat or anything yet, but through car vehicles. What do you think about that?
Yeah, the one thing I wanted to add to that, Tony, was what's interesting is we do see the car graveyard. It reminds me a lot of a scene in Can't Buy Me Love where Patrick Dempsey goes to an airplane graveyard. But Victor has all the cars. When he brings Jade out there to play the violin for him, he brings him out to the car graveyard, which has all the cars. And he's like, there's more and more cars and more than you can see from before I was here too. And they're all ended up in this spot. So to that question, it's an interesting question. It seems like apparently everyone has come here via car, unless it's flood times, then possibly Walt is showing up on the boat or someone's showing up on the boat.
Luna says Greek symbols are used in physics formulas. EXPSI looks like a trident, but in quantum physics, it symbolizes the mechanics for waves, functions, science. And I'm going to agree with you 100%. From downtown says, what do you call bulls in the pasture? Masturbating, beef stroking off.
Oh, I missed the comedy thing. And to Luna's point, the only thing I know about PSI is in Earthbound, it's Ness's magic rating.
Amy Bones says killing off Mrs. Lou also makes the food situation worse for the town.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we have caught up on the super chat. Thank you all for the super chat. Really, really important. So I will say this about Percy's theory. I don't believe in any of magic. I'm gonna be honest with you, all y'all. Right? I don't think this got anything to do with magic whatsoever. So I definitely will listen to what he's saying. I understand. I myself, I don't see the boy in white as a leprechaun. If he does, he does. If he has more evidence, but I don't see that. I haven't seen any evidence that I've seen so far that points to werewolves or that I could see why people would think that they were vampires. The fact that these monsters come out at night, there's a symbol they have to be let in to the house. Especially these are very vampire things, and that's why the fact that they use that when he says that they're using troll tropes for these creatures, I could understand that because I could see the vampire tropes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Not that they're actually trolls or that. But as for werewolves, I don't see it. Me personally, I don't see the boy in white as a leprechaun. I don't draw that similarity from everything that I've seen with leprechauns. I don't draw the similarity there myself. That's why maybe he can explain a little bit more. It's a very interesting theory. I'd like to hear more about it. In the end, me personally, I don't think this has anything to do with magic. I know people want to believe it has something to do with magic, but I truly believe in my heart of hearts, it's got nothing to do with magic. I don't see the Hades, that the one guy was Hades in form, Wonder Woman stuff. I don't see that. Maybe I'm blind.
Tony, do you watch Yellow Jackets?
I do.
Okay, without getting into spoilers for that show, I believe that show might have magic, and I think there's obvious reasons and descriptions and things about that. We could talk about that a different day. I just caught up on. I just watched the 2 seasons this past weekend.
You just started watching it?
I just started. I was sleeping on it, and I zipped through it in like a weekend. But I like it. I don't like it as much as From, but it's a good show.
Christina Ricci's amazing.
Oh, she's the best part of the show, dude. She's literally the best part of the show.
100%. 100%.
She's amazing. But anyways, yeah, I forget my point, but whatever.
Yeah, Andrew West, I don't believe.
There's definitely magic there, but I don't believe. I agree with you. I don't believe in magic. I don't think there's really magic
No.
going on in this situation.
Not at all. I don't believe magic, Andrew West says, but could you argue that the flame torch used to reveal the chamber well was magic? I would say it's a technology made to look like magic, right? That's what I would say. It's a technology. It's like the trees are wormhole tunnels that look like trees to blend in with the environment. The torch is the same exact situation. That's what I would believe. Would you go through this Reddit post with me if I call in? What Reddit post are you talking about?
There's a lot of content on Reddit.
What Reddit post are you actually talking about?
And yeah, Yellow Jackets was a great show. It is
a great show. Still on.
Yeah, I'm looking forward for the next season. And then friggin' Elijah Wood shows up on it. I didn't know Elijah Wood was on the fucking thing.
Yeah. See, to me, when I look at stuff, right, I go by what I've seen on screen. People may say maybe that's surface level, but this is what I go by. I don't go by other things. Like, I have to see it in order to believe it. That's just who I am. You know what I mean? You got to show me something. Like when you look at this situation here and you see Jim and the phone rings and he answers the goddamn telephone, you know, I got to know what's going on. When you look at this cabins and these things right here, the scarecrows, like, we could assume what they are. Like people will say, oh, these are talismans for these people. To me, they just look like warnings to people. You know, like, don't fucking come over here.
Yeah.
Like this is, you know, you're going to get got if you come over here. You know, that's what I would say. Larry says, another strange American thing. Apparently, Cowboy Munster is actually named Western Star Cowboy. Are all the Munster stereotypical film characters?
Huh.
I think they could be. I think you could definitely hit down that. Again,
the milkman, the
we
paper
talked about it a little bit before, you know what I mean? If it has something to do with TV shows, then you would have these characters dressing up like this. And I talked about that last week with the I Love Lucy.
With you and Taryn's I Love Lucy thing.
Yeah, if you had Terrence theory, but you know, I concur about that part of it and everything else. But it definitely could have some TV implications. If it's Victor, and Victor watched a lot of television shows, and these were the shows he was watching when he was growing up, and he's using this to put out there, and that's why these people look like it, then 100% I think that definitely holds weight. I'm not in the Discord right now, Terrence, so I can't get to it that way. I can try to listen to it. To talk to you about it. Let me see. This is a business suite. This may be it right here. All right, let me see real quick.
Is one of them called Mob Guy Monster? Is another one, Larry says. Live chat.
Let me see.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Greek girl. I appreciate it. I'll be doing some stuff as well. Some rants.
Taryn, this is long as hell, bro. We would have to do a stream.
Pause, Tony. Pause.
Yeah, pause on that. We would have to do a stream for all of it. I can't just, it's going to take me 5 to 10 minutes just to read through it to actually converse about it. So I couldn't do that right now on the phone. If you give me a chance and set it up, we could do something on it. But that's extremely long pause. And I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. That I'm saying, Phil, hold it.
Absolutely. Do you need some help? The doctor told you not to carry anything heavy, Tony? Did I dunch? No, let's everyone in the chat. And thank you so much that somebody said they like my channel. But yeah, I'll be doing some From stuff. I'm not sure how I'm going to cover it, but we'll be doing some simulcasting on Sunday to try to just gather more people. I think I might do some like stream the first hour of our stream or the second hour or something like that, just to bring some more people in at the end. But let's take some live chats here. They're all 60s iconic characters, typical of a TV show. 100% that is Tone, says Debbie. Kel says everything like different nightmares come to life. There definitely might be something to that. I don't know if that's what Taryn was saying at one point in time too, with some of the things like Bigfoot possibly coming to life, but maybe that's my own thing that I'm sort of going down that list. That it could be something about different people's horrors and nightmares coming alive, or as some have speculated, maybe just victors coming alive, coming all over, all alive. Luna says monsters in season 1 didn't necessarily look archetypal. Remember the porn stash monster girlfriend and the monster in Colony House just looked like some regular folks. I think she was was Jasmine Monster a nurse? But I could be making that up. What's up with the dogs? You mean dogs here that I have here, or the dogs there, like Vincent on the island? That's one of those. There aren't a lot of direct loss references, but the dog is definitely in. And Boyd seeing the dog makes me go, "Is that Vincent?" It doesn't look like Vincent, but it could be Vincent. Just stereotypical characters. Those dogs are the hellhounds. I'll be back in about a. Be careful, Carla. I don't know why I'm saying be careful.
Yeah, I don't know about any of that stuff.
I was just reading the chat.
Yeah, I don't know about any of these things. Again, so let's deal with what we see here in the pictures. Let's deal with stuff that they're actually talking about. You know what I mean? Let's deal with that stuff. I think that's the way to go about it. Thank you, Kelly. We know our homie T would run from the creeps. Come on, bro. I've never ran, never will. Never. From Queens, New York, brother. Queens, New York. So let's see what else we got here. They show that phone, and then Jim's face on that phone is who's talking to Jim on this phone? Everybody in the chat. Who's on the phone with Jim?
Same dude as he talked to before.
That makes his face look like that?
Or this is a different point in time. Okay. That probably looks more like Tabitha, right?
You think it's you think Tabitha would shock him? I would say definitely Tabitha.
Yeah, he looks shocked. So probably Tabitha. Or someone saying something. It's the voice that he heard before saying, "We know where Tabitha is." It's got to be something about her, right? Oh, Sonic has it. Jim is getting an extended warranty on his car. I do think that is someone offered him an extended warranty.
I'm saying it's a dream, man. Well, I don't know if Tabitha is a dream. The electrician. His face looks shocked. The voice again, if that voice came on again, I think that would do it. Thank you, Jason H, for the gifted membership. Whoever is now a new member, thank you, boy, Jason H, for that. It's not who's on the phone, it's what's being said that makes him look that way.
Yeah, and it's got to be something about his wife.
I mean, thank you, Jason H, for doing another gifted membership. Thank you so much.
Or one of his roller coasters crashed down. He just got some information that one of his.
I think that's one and the same, right? So it's the voice, what's being said. Could be saying from the person who's saying it, right? It would be this same thing. It's not like it's going to be Boyd on there saying something to him. It's got to be someone that would be shocking to him who would be calling him.
Speaking of calling us, we got area code 773.
Right.
Area code 773. Welcome to the show. What's up? What's going on?
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Oh, wrong number. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay.
Peace out. The hell is that, Phil?
I guess we got a wrong number.
Who the hell is he trying to call?
I don't know.
Wrong number.
The number's kind of oh no, he's
He
calling
should have
back.
ordered a fucking pizza or something.
He's calling back. He's calling back. Should we mess with him? Should we do different voices?
Yeah, tell him this pizzeria.
Domino's Pizza. What do you want?
My bad.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, y'all.
No, you don't want a pizza? Do you want a pizza? No, you've got him. This is Phil the Issues guy. What's up, dude?
No, I just wanted to make a point about what we were talking about with the phone call.
Yep, go for it.
Yeah, that phone call, it may actually be one of the good guys that to Jim that first time, because it seems like if you wanted to stop them from trying to, get somewhere and get ahead, you wouldn't like collapse the house and tell Tabitha to not go down in that hole. It's like the voice didn't say, "Hey, don't build that antenna. Don't build, that tower, that antenna tower that you're doing." It said, "Don't dig that hole." And the whole thing is, you wouldn't really want a hole in the middle of town where the monsters can just pop right up and not have to, travel. They'll be right there. So I just think that voice may be actually trying to help these people in some way, because it wouldn't make sense for him to try to stop Tabitha from doing that. Because, that's death. You go down in that hole, and then that hole is wide open. The whole town is in danger, because they won't have a reaction time to get away from these monsters.
So do you believe
the house collapsed?
With that thought, do you believe that the house being collapsed into the hole was to protect the town from the monsters?
I'm sorry, say that again.
So with that thought that you're saying, do you believe that when the house was collapsed into the hole, do you think that happened so that they could protect the town from the monsters?
I'm starting to feel that way.
Okay.
I'm starting to feel that way because in the big sense of it all, what would happen if she dug that hole and then, they were still living in that house? It wasn't like they were about to move, so they would have still been in the house. The hole would have been there. Nobody would have known, if Tabitha fell through there or whatever. Nobody would have known where she was. And people would have, like, okay, it's a hole down there. They might have even tried to go down there, and got caught up. So it just, to me, it seems like that may be, a fail-safe to kind of hold back the monsters, possibly. Now, I'm leaning, because otherwise it really wouldn't make any sense at all. Otherwise, it is just a game.
All right.
Because that, like I said, it didn't say don't build the antenna, because that's what he was doing at the time.
So your wife shouldn't be digging that hole, Jim.
Exactly. That was it. And it didn't say, hey, stop what you're doing. Don't try to communicate. Don't try. It didn't say that. It said don't dig that hole. And we saw where the hole led. Even though it gave her some answers, I guess, kind of. But I don't think that was trying to stop her from doing it. I don't think that was the big picture. I think it was, hey.
All right. So what answers do you believe that her going on there she got by digging that hole? What answers did she give?
Well, only she knows, because she didn't tell anybody.
I'm saying from us looking at it as a show, what answers did Tabitha get from digging that hole? What was the purpose of it?
Well, she, I hate to dabble into that weird theory that we heard a little earlier, but we saw that, there's this, I guess, from the old wedding dress that only she has a connection to.
The wedding dress, Tabitha?
Yeah, Tabitha. Remember the dress?
That wasn't, she didn't say that was her wedding dress, did she?
No, she didn't. But I'm just not calling it that. But whatever it was, only she knows what that is. And, the toys, remember she was saying the toys and all of that, and whose toys it is, and why is that important to her? Right, unless it's that son that died, that the baby that fell off the table or whatever.
That baby that fell off the table has come up since episode 1.
Yeah, nobody said anything about that, right?
They've said it since episode 1, Thomas. They brought Thomas's name up too. a lot since the first episode. They've always brought up Thomas, and everything else. I would say that she learned that the wires are not connected to anything, so that means the power is coming from an outside source. She also learned when she got there where the monster slept at. She also learned that there were children in the cages, being kept in cages, right?
Yeah, but once again, no answers. You know, we saw it, but they didn't tell us nothing.
Yeah, but I would say that, and she learned that there's water under the ground that's there, but has no source where it's coming from.
True, and it kind of let her out, back out. So that's the whole point I'm saying, is it doesn't really make any sense if she made her way out anyway. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, oh, don't dig that hole. Don't dig that hole, because guess what? You ended up getting out of the hole anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I think that
maybe it was trying to, like, hey, don't give the monsters an opportunity to, get right at you. You know, they won't have to travel all the way from the woods. They'll be right there. You know what I mean? And then as soon as nighttime hits, like as soon as dusk hits, boom, you're in trouble. You won't have time to, run to the diner and do whatever. They'll already be there. As soon as sunset hits. So, yeah, I mean, but what Tabitha knows, she knows. I'm trying to think. She did talk to Jim, and it was kind of, she talked a little bit. But it was mostly off screen, I guess. So that's the only reason, that whole Greek mythology thing, and it's somebody's kids. That, the only credence I give to that is Victor and Jade seem to have a really brotherly relationship. It's like with the violin. Like, how did you took this man's violin, you knew how to play it. Then when he came to get your violin, he was sitting there looking stupid, like he didn't understand what the problem was. Like, hey, I'm playing it right now, and that's real weird. That they have that kind of relationship where, hey, I'll just take this from you and it doesn't matter, and what are you coming over here for? That's weird.
All right.
Like with the Tabitha and the baby Thomas, and so there may be some relationships that people don't know that they have with people, maybe a couple, but not like.
All right, my brother. I appreciate the call. Appreciate the thoughts. Call back anytime.
Yes, G. Yes, indeed.
All right, man. Peace out.
Shout you out. One.
What do you feel, Phil, about that? About the situation, about the phone he's talked more about the actual house collapsing being.
Yeah, I think
to help the town, to help the people.
That could be a possibility. I also want to add that when Tabitha did talk to him after everything happened, Jim's on the last thing Jim is on this whole, it's not a government conspiracy or something, but it's all a test or something. People have kidnapped them and they're running experiments, because they do talk about the electricity not working. But that is an interesting thing. Could that voice have been, because you've contended many times that you think there's multiple entities or multiple groups that are out there somewhere. So could it have been a way to help to block things up? I don't know. It's an interesting theory, and I definitely like to explore it more, but I'm not sure I quite agree with it. But it's a good call.
I don't think they're doing it to help me personally.
No, me neither. But he explained himself very well. Very well.
He did a great job. That's why
I don't want to discourage the caller, but I don't necessarily agree. But it's a well thought out, put together thought.
Let me put this up here real quick. Let me get this, share this screen. Does it have it here? Let me cancel it. I have to do it again.
Mr. Friedman says the man on the radio phone was and is Tony's. The voice matches too well. Tony knows way too much about From. Tony, I'll ask you directly here.
Yeah.
Now that I have you, are you the voice on the phone?
100%.
Oh my goodness, Tony. What do
I
you want to
am.
do with Jim? What do you just want to get him to make a roller coaster in your around your apartment building? Like,
That's
you want
right.
to design
Until he does, he has to come
Tony,
clean with it.
everything I've heard about your place, the last missing ingredient is a roller coaster.
Yes.
Is an actual roller coaster. That's the only way to improve it.
I need that or a Silver Spoons train.
Oh, the Silver Spoons train would be amazing, dude.
I need one of the other in
The
here.
original, I never liked the second half of Silver Spoons when they like fixed up the house more normal. I liked it when it was the first half when it was all set up like a giant, like Tom Hanks from Big designed it. Anyways, but now the mystery is solved. Tony is the voice in Fromland. We figured this out.
I don't know why it's not popping up. I don't know what I'm sharing. What am I sharing? This right here?
You sharing like all the files of all your different pictures.
Still
We got a
showing
call. Let's take this call. Area code 815. Welcome to the show. Who are you and what's your question?
Hi, Tony. Hi, Phil. It's Fatima.
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
Okay, so just a comment about the last caller
Yep.
and the voice saying that she shouldn't be digging a hole. I do feel like the reason that they said she shouldn't be digging a hole is because once they got through and the hole was open, I don't feel like the talisman would have protected that home anymore. The monsters could have just came in like if the door was wide open.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, that was just that. But also the theory that like Victor is the boy in white. So I feel like that Victor was supposed to die in the massacre. When he came out, the boy in white like, yo, what are you doing here? And I feel like he couldn't kill him because I don't think he could kill anyone. But instead, he just wiped his memory. And that's why when Ethan brought him up, like, damn, he was real. But I don't know if they're the same person.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure about that.
Yeah. I'm kind of with you on that one. Tony, I like your thought about that, and I wouldn't be surprised if they figured it out. But I'm kind of with Fatima here, and I'm not quite there about. I just think the boy in white manipulates Victor, and maybe flashy things him and memory wipes him like that.
I feel you, I don't disagree. Why y'all feel that way? I will never tell you that you shouldn't feel that way or anything else.
It would be really cool if it does end up being Victor, but it would. I'm not quite all the way with you quite yet, but I'd love to see it. I would love to see it.
You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. All right, there you go. Let me put that up there real quick. Can you see that?
That's pretty much all I have.
All right. Well, thank you for calling. Please call back anytime.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. All right. So these are Hebrew symbols.
Yep. Aleph, Chay, tough ones. Oh yeah, that says it right above it. Okay.
You're right. So if you look at these symbols from Hebrew, you can find these symbols all on the talisman. Same symbol, same thing. Revealed, the spirit, the leader, the A, the house, both people. You can combine it and you can make that into the talisman. The talisman will have those symbols. You can easily see those symbols as Hebrew. So it's as one who says that they are Greek symbols, it's easily you could say that they are Hebrew symbols also, right? It's the exact same things. So that's why I'm skeptical about what the symbols.
Yeah, someone earlier was saying
Venetian, different ways.
Venetian symbols too. Earlier, someone was saying.
Yeah.
Person was saying.
So I'm gonna say it can go both ways. Listen, Glenn Carter says, "Never, Tony, the boy in white." Never Tony. If the boy in white is Victor, I'll dump hot sauce in my eyes. You can do that.
That
when
would be
it
amazing.
Turns out to
I'm
be
not going to
that.
go that far with it. Like Tony, if it happens, I'm gonna give you your flowers and not be 100% surprised. I wouldn't pour hot sauce in my eye. I haven't found that.
Hey, Larry Kowalski. I can't pronounce his last name.
Kowalski.
It sounds like a Jewish last name. He says that F is Paleo Hebrew, actually. Huh. So when you look at it, and everything else. He says slanted, unlike it's a Paleo Hebrew. So to me, when I look at it, I do see Hebrew elements to it. So that's all I'm saying about it myself. When I see it, I picked up on the Hebrew elements in it, not the other ones and stuff like that. And Taryn says the F is also a symbol of the mark of Cain. Could be. I mean, we have a thing that says that there's going to be a
Wait, was that a Nintendo back there? Did you flash back?
it better not. Man. I'm scared to flick through here. I don't know what's showing up in these pictures. Sometimes I get nervous.
I think there was one real picture mixed in, but I'm not sure.
Look at Boyd. Does he have Boyd smoking a blunt here, right here? Is that a blunt coming out of Boyd's mouth?
Yeah, I think so. Look at that smoke.
He's got Boyd over here smoking a blunt and shit in there. He's got a ring over here that looks like a wormhole.
Freddy Krueger's glove over there in a second.
Yeah, he's got that. He's got
or Catwoman's glove.
The whole thing is this. People are assuming, and we got a super chat from John Wick. Thank you so much. I can get to that real quick.
I got
and officially him is a new member. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Can't wait till season 3 starts. My brain hurts from the theorizing, but keep up the great work. I hear you.
I'm with you.
But the more theories you got, that means the more interest there is in the show.
Yep, 100%.
That's what it means. And welcome to the family, officially him. We appreciate you being here. Ooh, we got all right. I think I got a chance to do that. All right, I think we're all caught up now. Yeah, but the more theories you get, that means the more that people are into the show. So it all works out and stuff. You know what I mean?
That's what happens, Larry. That's what happens, Larry, when you put out a good theory. That's what happens, Larry.
You see, I'm gonna.
Whose homework is this?
I'm gonna say something here. That I'm gonna tell you. Listen, man. Let me tell you. Y'all are assuming that Victor's drawing pictures that he's seen. Obviously, he draws Julie. He's seen her. That he's seen everything that he's drawn, but it can't be the case. Because it can't be the case. Because even if you look at this picture here, what is this? This is not what happened with the Matthews and them. That didn't go down like that. So what is that picture right there? That didn't happen there. That's not the Matthews car. It's not an RV.
It kind of looks like a taxi cab.
Yeah. You know, he's drawing pictures of shit that's being implanted in his goddamn head. It's not just things that he's seen. Some things are. When this fire, they never talked about a house being on fire ever. But here's a house on fire.
The house.
They've never talked about that whatsoever. A house being on fire. But there's a house on fire here. I don't know what these said. Now, this is the interesting part too, right here, Phil. That I think that people have overlooked. All right. So these are all pictures from the opening scene, right?
Yeah, from the intro.
From the show, right? Every one of these pictures that we show here are in crayon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, we have to assume that these are pictures from Victor, except for this. It's a painting, right? And we know Ellis did that, right? So everything drawn in crayon, we assume Victor did that, correct?
Yes.
All right, except for the one picture here that we know Ellis did, which was a painting, correct?
Yep, as far as we know, these are all done by Victor.
Okay. Then why is this picture right here not done in crayon? It's not crayon.
No, that's done in probably Sharpie, maybe?
Yeah, that's not crayon.
Or charcoal, maybe?
So we have to say that Victor didn't draw this shit, right?
Go back to the other style of a person in the other picture. Do we have another person? Yeah, it's kind of a different style of face, too. Yeah, someone in the chat said Eloise drew some of these, possibly.
All right. We could even say Eloise drew some of these drawings in crayon.
Yeah, I mean, Tony, just from the nose on that charcoal one is different than any nose in any of the other ones. Like it seems like in most of Victor's, he actually rounds off the nose, and this one, it's go back to that one for a second, or is it the mouth that's different? Oh yeah, I mean that's sort of a different nose, a different mouth.
Different
The mouth
style.
the mouth is a crow.
You see, this review I understand here. That's a whole different style of picture, and I tell y'all all the time. Tell you all the time.
You see that, Tony?
That they give away the show in the beginning.
The mouth looks like
they don't give you the questions though. They give you the answers without giving you the questions. If we're going to theorize that every one of those pictures was drawn by Victor in crayon, this ain't crayon. Who drew this picture?
I think Jackie C has it. Brand drew it because of the raven on the smile.
The raven on the mouth.
Raven in the mouth, or the crow in the mouth.
Dressed like the boy in white, right? That's the clothing we get, right? It's the boy in white clothing, correct? Mm-hmm. We can see the shorts, see the head, and we see the shorts. This is to be depicted as the boy in white. But it's a grown-ass man, as Sarah said, that she didn't believe the boy in white was actually a boy. So we have a grown-ass man in the opening credits of the show that's dressed like the boy in white.
People in the live chat thinking it's Blood Raven. Yeah, it may be just as creepy. But yeah, that is that. So that could symbolize obviously the boy in white not really being a boy, as Sarah has said before.
And then you got to ask who painted it. Is it Ellis that drew this shit? Who drew this picture?
Ethan.
It's not Victor's hand drawing. They showed every other Victor drawing in crayon, and now all of a sudden this thing just pops up out of nowhere.
I can't get over the mouth looking like a bird.
The mouth is definitely a raven.
Raven.
Not a crow. Definitely a crow.
Crow.
Trees are also pointing upwards.
And that's where the crow is flying too. The beak is flying in that direction, like it's flying up towards the tree.
This is the big bad right here. It's this motherfucker right here, man. This is the fucker behind the whole shit. This looks like Victor. It's the boy in white clothes. This is the guy, I'm telling you. When it's all said and done, it's going to be this motherfucker right here. That could be Victor older than he is right now. This is him. This is the guy. This is him. I'm telling you. When it's all said and done, it's going to be this motherfucker right here on screen. That's what it's going to be.
Larry, it does look like Ben Linus.
It ain't going to be Satan or Sasquatch. It's going to be this motherfucker right here that they've shown you from the beginning of the fucking show, from the first episode on. Drawings look like more from a more mature artist.
Yeah, especially with the eyes. Look at the way the eyes are designed.
Yeah, this is not Victor's childlike drawings. This is a drawing. It can't be Victor.
Or it could be Victor older. Or not older,
Victor.
More mature.
Yeah, I mean, from what we've seen from everything Victor has drawn, and the whole thing is that it goes by so fast. When the show, you just blend it in with everything. Everything he's seen that we've seen that we could say he drew, there's nothing as realistic.
No, I mean Ethan
as this drawing here.
Ethan did give him some markers, but that looks more like charcoal than markers.
Yeah, it's
right?
more of a charcoal-y thing, I would say, than markers. And Victor's always drawing. I mean, they made it a point. You know, when Ethan said he showed him the picture of the boy in white, and he goes, "What's this?" He's like, "Who drew this?" He goes, "I did." He said, "But it's in crayon. You're an adult." Yeah. like all of his stuff is in crayon. You know, so Larry, let me feel like Larry says, "Well, boy, wasn't Victor supposed to be a much smaller character, and they gave him a bigger role?" I mean, I don't know. He wasn't a small character. He wasn't on the main cast list.
Yeah, he was. someone that maybe, I mean, you could say that about a lot of characters in a lot of big shows. Jesse Pinkman wasn't supposed to survive past the first season of Breaking Bad. Some
Omar from The Wire wasn't supposed to. He's only supposed to be in there for a couple of episodes.
Exactly. Some characters, they start out that way. Even on Cheers, Cliff Clavin was reoccurring until the second season when he became a regular member. Certain shows have that kind of distinction, so they could have just still been developing how deep his character is, and then still interwove him with the final villain potentially. Steve Urkel wrote. Yeah, Steve Urkel was not supposed to be what he was on Family Matters at first.
Yeah, 100%. So, I mean, they wouldn't have to show it and everything else. You know what I mean? If that was the case. Taryn, we're going to, I promise you, we'll have you on. We'll do those streams with you. It's just going to take more time than I have right now because I try to keep these at 2 hours and then I'm out. You know what I mean? And everything else. So I promise you, if you're willing to come on, we could work out a time that works for you. So you... and get you on here, so you know we get you on here in a decent hour for you and stuff, and go through your theories and stuff and all that. I don't know. I would say this is the motherfucker I told y'all before. Papa Socks, thank you for becoming a member.
Thank you, Papa.
Really appreciate it. Appreciate you. 100% appreciate it. I'm telling you, when it's all said and done, this is the guy right here. This is why he's in the trend. Why else? Phil, why would this picture be in the fucking trailer of the show? Why would they have this one picture out of all of them in there if it didn't mean anything important?
Yeah, definitely showing the whole, and hesitate to say aura, but the whole aura of the boy in white, and to show you the importance of that character, because it's definitely the boy in white. You're 100% correct about that.
It's dressed in the boy in white clothes, and it's a grown ass man.
Yep.
That's who's on the phone with Jim. Maybe it's this crow mouth motherfucker. Could be. I'm telling you, in the end, remember I said
and
it.
I mean, to that point, with the crows in his mouth, if we're playing the breaking down poetry bullshit game, the crows are in his voice. He's controlling the crows that come in at the time when people get trapped. He's the orchestrator of it all. So it could kind of be ties to the boy in white being our big bad.
He is. I'm telling you, he is. That's what it is. Why is he wearing old shirt? He's wearing the exact same clothes as the boy in white. He has the exact same clothes. Do I have a picture of the boy in white? I'm sure I do. Look at this guy's outfit right here.
Yeah, he's in the trailer.
The top and the bottom. And I know I have a picture of the boy in white somewhere.
I know he's in the trailer breakdown part that you have.
Right there's a picture of the boy in white. It's a great picture of him. But you can see the boy in white right there on the top. That's the same outfit right here.
Yep, he looks like a boy there, though.
Yeah, but it's the same. The point is that
it's the same
outfit.
The same clothes, yeah.
It's the exact same clothes. And even with Eloise got the same style as Victor. Same style. That's a totally different style of drawing. Everything we've seen, nothing has that drawing. They try to sneak it in there, but they couldn't sneak it past the dime.
Those eyes, those eyes give it away.
Yeah. But we'll see in the end. You know what I mean? What's going on and everything else. The mouth the mouth is used to communicate, shaped like the crow. So could the crows be using this as a manipulation device, or could he be in control of the crows themselves? Or could he be seeing through the eyes of the crows? That's how he sees everything.
Definitely could be the controller of everything that happens. As I was saying, like when the crows come in, when people try to pass certain points, being Tony the eyes, maybe Would that be 2 3-eyed Raven? Would that be would it be 2 Branson?
It's a crow. Hey, I don't know, 3-eyed raven. I mean, it's a raven. It's definitely crows. They're not ravens, but I can hear what you say. I can hear what you say. You definitely could rock that way, without a doubt.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to be influenced by, but
again, if you come to this channel and you're first time here, thank you for being here. Thank you for thumbs up in the video and everything else. And yes, when I do theories and I go through, I'm not going to go through. I'm only going to go through the stuff that we're actually seeing on the show that I could actually come up and show you personally. That's the only way. If I can't show you the evidence of it, I'm not going to bring it up. I showed you the evidence of this picture not being drawn by Victor because I think everybody missed that, but the Don did. And I think that we have to really consider who drew this picture. And that's right. And because it's in the opening credits, and the opening credits is to explain the show. It makes no sense for them to show this out of anyone for it not to be somehow something related to it and everything else. It has to mean something. We'll figure it out and everything else and all that good stuff and everything, all that. I'm going to get up out of here. Thank you for coming. We'll be back Wednesday. Rocking with you. Phil, issues got what you got going on, man?
Got a Sopranos stream coming up soon, and then gonna start doing some From stuff as well. The next couple of weeks is kind of crazy, but September is gonna be a lot more free with I'm doing a lot of live performances this month, Tony. Going to put on drum shows and screaming in front of people live. So nice. So that's taking up a lot of time, but I will be getting back into things beginning of September.
Nice. You know what? I'll make a whole video about this picture and that whole thing that I just said. I'll do a video about it in short form and everything else. We'll see if anyone else tries to come up with that. You know, they stole it from me because you hear me say it here first. Call them out. They try to do that and stuff because people do be doing shit like that. If you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and of course, subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. And yes, Dragon King, we will cover Dexter. I promise you that. We'll be covering Dexter in December when that drops. So.
I will fucking love it if this show ends bad too. I think they all need to end bad now. Like it's the Dexter trope. Like if I will be disappointed if one of these 2 new Dexter series ends good. It needs to end bad too, Tony, like the other 2.
I hope not. It's young Dexter, so how could it end bad? We know he's going to make it.
It just might be bad.
You know he's gonna make it and everything else, so he's not gonna get caught and everything else. So
this sounds like a Curb Your Enthusiasm joke.
Yeah, how do they actually make that compelling? Like when you know he's not gonna get caught and everything, what are they going to do? And how do you think they do that and make that compelling?
I don't know. It's difficult. You talked about Better Call Saul before, how they did it by introducing new characters that you care about, that you have to worry about through the series. So maybe they'll do it through other characters, acquaintances of him. We'll see that he had ties to, and it's about how the people that he's really connected to at a young age eventually he betrays and murders or something. I mean, I would say that would be the only way to make it interesting, make us care about other people,
because you can never say, oh, Dexter's in the corner, the cop's about to come, we know he's not going to get caught. So you can't do anything like that. Oh, his dad's about to come in the room, you know he's not going to get caught. So they have to try to make it compelling some other way. It's going to be interesting to see how they do that. And again, if you like the way to do this, please subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button. Until next time, you know who it is. Peace